Me back. I'm sorry. You're unmuted, sweetie. Hi.
Hi, how are you, honey bunny?
I am great. I'm loving that you're here. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. So, the beautiful Camille, I have two questions for you as well. Okay. So, me knowing you, I know that you've been single for a while. So, I would like you to break down what is the definition of the term talking, dating, and being committed, please.
So talking is generally the introduction. You meet someone, pretty much give them your bio. Get to know somebody. Dating is a little bit more exclusive. But people tend to think when you're dating, it should just be one-on-one. No, dating means date them all on both ends. Date them all. That don't mean you have to be sexually inclined with them, but date them all.
Yes.
Try to weed the bad ones out and pick the right one, as opposed to commitment when you both have agreed that, hey, okay, it's exclusive. It's just you and I. It's not you, me, he, and she, or he and her. Baby mom, none of that. It's just you and I, and we ready to do this. But I think a lot of people get confused with the dating because they think when you're dating, it should just be more so you and one other person. I've dated and I've been out with a guy and bumped into him with another chick the next day, like, oh, I thought we was dating. And I had to check myself, like, he's he can date whoever. That don't necessarily mean I wasn't the one. Maybe he's just, trying to see what it's about, see who he wants. So,
Okay, so question. When you seen him outside with whomever you seen him outside, what did you do? Did you just
I spoke. I was very cordial. Oh. I mean, I'm too old to be walking up to you. Who the fuck is this? I'm not doing that. I'm 44. I don't have time for that. Hey, who how are you?
Okay, that's so when you say cordial, what you say to him, girl?
I'm just like, hey, Mike, how you doing?
And his name Mike.
Mike.
That's his name. That's that.
Because I was on a date. So hey, what can I say? Exactly. Date them all. Date them all.
Date them all. I am so with you. Yes, babe.
Yes. Okay. And that I mean you giving up the goods because you're dating them all. That don't mean that,
Okay.
You're just trying to see, who's who. Let the layers peel back and see people who they really are,
Okay, that's so when you say you're dating them all, you said you don't give your goodies to all of them. Okay, so now that steps into commitment.
Right.
So the commitment part is basically what?
Commitment is, it has been agreed upon both of you all that, hey, it's you and I. It's just us. We're no longer dating. So, we gonna do this. I shouldn't have to worry about, cutting my eye at you when you walk out my door, So that's what I think the commitment comes in at.
Okay. So do anyone have any feedback with that? No, we good. Everybody in agreement to it. Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. We gotta.
Oh.
Yes, Mike.
I'm like super opinionated, but she totally right. Cause right.
Okay, she's so. You know what? Honestly, I agree. Right. The details of how you broke that down, and people really do get that confused, though, don't they? They really think that, like, when you talking to somebody or you're dating somebody, you're supposed to only date one person, and then that's not true. You are supposed to date them all. That does not mean I'm having sex with them all. I think you hit everything on the head.
Period. I be getting so lost in the sauce. I be like, oh, I just gotta have her, and be like, oh, cloud nine. And
it happens. Yeah.
And then break my polo heart, and I'm like,
it happens.
That breaks your heart.
I found out dating in the COVID is so difficult. Well, now that we have a lot of restrictions lifted, it's a little bit better. But like when we were on lockdown, it was hard to date. You don't want to just invite Mike to your house. I don't know you. I don't know who you've been around. You don't know me, Yeah, you can do the whole virtual thing, but it's nothing like being hands-on. You know what I'm saying? Pictures can only display so much. I want to see you. I want to see the layers start to peel back a bit. So dating during the COVID was treacherous. Yeah. It was, trust me, it was treacherous. But, now we can get out a little bit more. You can go and have coffee at Starbucks, whatever you choose to do, So, we'll see. Okay. We'll do a follow-up show.
You know what? So I have a question. This is a little spinoff. Mike, tell me, how much money do you think you should spend on a first date?
It all depends. Because, shit, I'm expensive my damn self, so I just be spending money on first dates. I can't even lie. Like, people be talking all that cheap shit. We just going here. But you can have like a dope-ass first date and not really spend no money. So let's just get, especially if you live in Chicago. Like, it's like plenty of cool stuff to do around Chicago.
My city
don't require a lot of money.
My city rock.
Unfortunately, like, like after like 2-3 drinks, times 2, that shit add up. So if you not really, you might as well like just already allocate like $200 for the night. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. Like, especially if it's somebody that you kind of want to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you like really like did your homework on this chick, like, okay.
Okay, right. Okay, so wait. So you said do your homework on it. So basically you're saying that you've talked to her, you've seen how she is. It's not just I met you at Starbucks, and you'd be like, oh yeah, we exchanged numbers, we text a couple times, and then be like, oh, let's just go out. Like how, like you have to conversate with her, converse and make sure that everything is good, or it's like, okay. So what you was going to say, Camille? I'm sorry.
I mean, here's the thing.
No, go ahead.
Once you start that 200, you go on the door with 200. Some women expect you to escalate. Okay, it was a $200 date, so let me see what he coming with the next time. That's just not so much as myself, but that's just how some women think. Oh, you started it off at 200. Oh, okay, let's see what the next date be. So to me, as a woman, it's not about the money, how much you spent. It's the thought behind it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's not everybody.
I totally agree. I don't mean to cut you off. I totally agree with that. It's all about the experience. It's not just you just go to this stupid fancy restaurant and spend $200 just at this restaurant. You could have spent $200 like throughout the whole day, like doing different like things. It ain't just the bill for the restaurant was $200. That's not what I'm saying. It's just saying like, oh, we did this. This could have been $40. This could have been $50, and y'all had drinks in between, and it didn't add it up. And at the same time, you can't, it all depends on like the level of chick that you fucking with. Like,
right.
Period.
If you talking to a chick that like got her own shit, and she pulling up in a Benz or she pulling up in a Porsche and got all this shit, like you do want to kind of show like, hey, like I got it. Like that's really not gonna be like this big issue. But in the whole time, she could still be like super cool and not really be on that. But if you like provide this experience and your whole bill for the day was $200, I don't think that's a hard thing. You could easily spend $60. You could easily spend $100. But I know the shit. My solo days, I take myself out and I spend $80. So it's like, shit. I might as well assume it's gonna be two of me.
Right.
But if I'm feeling you, it's priceless. Right. If I'm feeling you, it's priceless. It's no dollar amount. It wouldn't even matter to me what the dollar amount.
I agree.
Your presence is priceless.
Yes, that right there.
I agree. You can spend all the money in the world, but if you can't talk, you know what I'm saying, then it was pointless.
It was pointless.
You definitely gotta have like the wit, like the gift of gab, so to speak, to kind of get this woman to see your perspective. It's not just about the money. There's plenty of niggas that throwing money around that's like cornballs. So that don't mean nothing. But if you know, like the type of person you are, like, look, I'm dope normally. This is just like in addition to. Yeah.
Look, the plus side.
Right.
Yeah, this just in addition to is that we ain't gonna. This ain't no situation where you got to come in and us like struggling or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my own shit, so that's just a box that's already checked. That's all.
I love this. Is beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right. Love it. Okay. So Camille, your second question is, when dating or talking, what signs can a person look for to run? Like it's just over, it's done, and we just need to just don't call him no more, or don't call me no more.
As for myself, I'm big on family. And I know that, you may run into a guy that has had a bad upbringing. And here's what I've learned, and I'm learning at 44. You can't get around your upbringing. If there are some things that happened to you when you were a kid, you need to deal with that, because some of those things, the abuse, mental, physical, however it came, you grow up, you become an adult, and you try and date, or you want to get married, whatever, make this happy family, and you're still traumatized from some things that happened to you when you were a kid. Sometimes that has a big effect on your relationship. So I'm big on knowing a person's background. Where do you come from? Who raised you? That's because that plays a part in who you are today. It does.
I'm with you.
I know. Again, like I said, I'm only speaking for me. Abuse. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for what ticks you off, and if you go too far, I'm out. I'm out. I understand we as women can get you to I get it, but I'm out if it goes too far. I'm looking at his drinking. I'm not a drinker myself. I have a little wine. I may have a cocktail or two, but I'm looking to see, can he handle his liquor? Does he become a totally different person once he's intoxicated? Because then 9 times out of 10, the physical become, I'm not on that. So for me, like I said, it's a matter of family, your upbringing, who raised you, what were some things that may have been, you may have been traumatized from in your, more younger years that you think still play a part in your adult life. They say for women, we pick our daddies. You date your dad.
Okay.
And for me, that has happened. My dad was an alcoholic. He wasn't a physical abuser with it, but he was an alcoholic. My ex-husband was an alcoholic. 2 guys I dated, they were alcoholics. And I'm like, that is crazy. That's crazy. So it's like, where do you, how do you break that? And it's like, some men just, they don't. They just go on with life, and you can't do that. Can't do it.
Okay. So you said that this girl, you took me. I'm man. Okay. Any feedback, anyone? Nope. Everything agreed. Everyone agrees with everything you said. Cause baby, yes. That's what I'm gonna say. Yes to all of that. And thank you so much, Miss Camille. You are.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.